Hi. Tonight we investigate the guitar further, and we find our guest. We found him walking around. No, our guest of tonight doesn't really fit into a mold of classical, flamenco, jazz. He isn't of one. He's of many styles of playing, and mostly his own style. He makes the instrument a very personal thing, and he broadens its dimensions quite a bit. His name is John Fahey, and it's been said of John Fahey that his style is American primitive, whatever that means. What does that mean, John?
Well, somebody else said that, but
I know you didn't say
it's
it.
like
No, I didn't say it.
this is like Rousseau painting, or like Rousseau, who primitive means untaught. So I didn't have any teachers.
Oh.
I taught myself, and American means American.
And what would you call your style if you had to
That's the
call it
closest
something?
thing. If I had to call it anything, I'd call it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about calling it anything.
Okay, I won't call it anything. But it is unusual, and it's your own. There are a lot of people who haven't been actually and literally taught, but who all sound alike. But I don't think that you sound like anybody.
Good.
You sound like good, great. So that everybody can join us in either agreeing or disagreeing, why don't you start playing? The song John's going to play first is called Red Pony, and it's one he wrote. He writes most of the things he plays. Now, standard tuning for the guitar, and friends, this is the only time this evening, maybe later I'll get to play. But you know standard tuning of guitar is E, A, D, G, B, and E. Most people, or most songs, or anyway, it's sort of the usual tuning. One of the things that John does, among others, is tune the guitar in many different ways. Now, the one he's going to use now is what, John?
It's so open D minor.
Yeah, and what then?
So it has D, A, F, D, A, D.
So it's actually a D minor chord.
Yeah, it's still open D minor chord.
Great. Okay, would you play the song?
Okay. I stole it last chord from Holst.
Oh, really?
The Plants, yeah. Yeah,
You're like... Yes, but you're doing very unorthodox things, too, which I love. Of course, I yell at all my pupils for doing that. But you're putting your thumb over the top. But you did it for a reason. Yes. Oh, what? You can't reach?
Well, I suppose I could, but
sure, you could.
it's easier to do it this way.
And not only that, but I noticed, or I was watching, that you did that for a reason.
What?
What was the reason? I'll tell you the reason.
The chord at the end.
Well, you just did, no.
Well.
The whole passage was that you kept moving your thumb down. This way. All right, after you finish your cigarette, do it again. Lighting. Because it seems to me, I was watching carefully, the beginning was
which
very...
part? This one?
No, that's the beginning. The part at the end, you did lots of those. All right, then you moved, yes. And then you moved up another one. Then you moved up another one. As you moved down with, yeah. You didn't know that was the reason.
Sure did.
You did know that?
The reason is so you could have these open strings over here.
Yes.
If you had to bar that this way,
that's right, Don.
and leave that open, I don't know quite how you do it.
That's what I mean. There's a
So
reason.
went over
There's a
that
method in your madness, John.
Yeah, I stopped there. I wrote that song a long time ago.
Did you? Did you? How did you start playing guitar? I mean, how come and how and all
Well, there were a lot
things?
of kids around where I lived who played country western.
Where are you from originally?
Tacoma Park, Maryland.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
And how old were you when you started? I mean, like in high school or earlier?
I was in junior high.
Junior high.
In 1953.
Yeah, and they were just kids that were playing, so you got interested, or what?
Yeah, everybody was playing country western. They had guitars, so I got a Sears Roebuck guitar. And but I started to compose as soon as I got one. As soon as I knew where the before I knew where the chords were, or anything.
Yeah. Had you taken any other music lessons of any kind?
Yeah, I played clarinet in junior high school band. I didn't like it much. I used to improvise.
Were you good?
No, I kept improvising.
Yeah.
Band teacher got pretty mad about it.
Well, that's apparently the kind of thing that you do, because you do different things on the guitar than I've ever seen, actually. I don't mean just the style, it just kind of sounds different. In fact, once when I saw you at a concert, I'd say about 5 years ago, maybe. It's a long time. You were playing with a tape machine.
Me?
I think it was you.
Wasn't me.
You never did anything with a tape machine?
No, that was Sandy Bull,
Was that
probably.
Sandy Bull?
Yeah.
I was sure it was you.
Although
no, it was at State College, and I thought it was you.
No, I want to do that someday, but I have to get foot pedals and tape recorders and amplifiers, and
Oh, it's a kind of
I'd have to have somebody carry them around.
Carry you around or carry them around?
Carry them around. Sounds like Sandy Bull. He
no,
was doing things like
maybe I may be wrong. Anyway, that's unimportant. You brought another guitar with you, which I'd like to have you show and do something on. Then we'll do more of your stuff on that one. But this other one is kind of interesting because it's something that I've seen played, and I always think it's very hard, and it looks hard, but everybody assures me it isn't, and I may take a try. That is called a what? A Hawaiian guitar?
Yeah.
Is it called a Hawaiian? I mean, that is what a Hawaiian guitar is, right?
It was made in Hawaii.
It's an ashtray. It's not a guitar. You're kidding me. Okay.
It's a real cheap guitar. It's
okay.
Kona brand Hawaiian guitar.
6 strings that are set on rather high on the fingerboard, right?
Yeah.
I mean high off the fingerboard, and it's played with a metal bar.
Yeah.
And it's tuned to an open tuning. Now, how did you get involved in this? Just for fun?
No, well, those country western guys back there.
Use this a lot.
No, they didn't, but they did on the records. They listened to it. I wanted to learn how. So.
Would you play something on this for us?
Yeah, I'll try to play The Death of the Clayton Peacock, which is another song I wrote about... well, I used to live out of Mount Diablo, and I'd ride into school every morning, and there's a lady out there who raised peacocks, and she had one peacock left, and it got run over one morning. And laid in the street for 2 or 3 days, and then somebody cut its tail off. Oh. But I was very upset.
And so you wrote a song about it.
Well, no, but it made a good title, you know.
I'll mind it till you're ready. Did you compose it for this guitar, is what I'd like to know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's that, flat?
Flat, yeah. open G tuning.
Yeah.
Francis, open G.
Not regular dobro tuning, because that's just, then you have that down here. But there we go.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
But you were sad when you wrote it. Actually, that instrument, don't put it down for a sec. That instrument, what sounds come, it seems to me, this is just from a very, let's see, how can I put it, a very untutored ear for that kind of thing, untutored ear for other things. The sounds that come out of that, to me, are very similar in any song that's done. I mean, that was a particular song in a particular mood that you wrote. I never heard any just like it. But because of the tuning, it has a limited, and the style of playing, it seems to me, it has a limited...
oh yeah, it's very limited.
I mean, it's not varied at all.
No, I only know, 5, 6 songs.
Yeah, I don't mean 5 or 6, but they all sound very much alike, don't you think? Do they?
Yeah.
Do a little bit of Farther Along, because that's my favorite, and I have to get it.
I don't remember it. I only heard it,
Yeah, it's my favorite.
I'll try
song.
it, but I can't,
But it's my favorite song, John. But it's also, no, just kind of making the point that it sounds, besides the sneaking in.
No, we're not.
We sure aren't.
Let's be in an A, actually. Is an open G, actually? Oh, you got it?
Yeah, on the fast track. I happen to love that song. But
yeah, I do too. I should practice it.
Why don't you do that? It's very fitting for that instrument, I think, but it's fitting for lots of others. There's one you're going to play now, which is, this was sort of a sneaky lead-in, actually, John. Because the next one John's going to play, you didn't notice, is one called, what, Christ?
In Christ there is no East or West.
In Christ there is no East or West, which is an already written hymn. I mean, that's an established hymn, which I gather you like too very much, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. But he does something very John Fahey with it. Plays it straight. It's quite of a nice hymn. I like it too. And then he does variations on it with various kind of picking and stuff.
Not really varied. I just speed it up.
Well, very.
A lot of old records like that. They play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an old style too. You play it straight a couple of times, then you speed it up and go real fast.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh. See, I learned something too.
Yeah, in the South they did that a lot. They probably still do.
Okay. We'll talk more about that after the players. That's what we call variations. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry for me to be a music teacher, but that's what variations are. That's
No, they are. I studied music.
all right. Tell me about what variations.
Oh, for variations, you have to take the same melodic line and vary it, change it around, so that you still had the same chord progression, but you could transpose the notes up and down. So all I did was
Yeah, but your finger
syncopated
picking
a
was
lot.
Yeah, well, that's a kind of variation.
Well, you know, to go into
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
and then to go, you know, it doesn't count as a technical variation.
Oh. Why should I argue with you, John? Where did you study music, John?
I didn't. I was lying.
And I believed you. Now, your
Yeah, but that's
explanation's
true.
good, but I
I
think that's
studied
part
for
of it.
about 2
Yeah,
semesters,
I
and then I gave up.
Why? They
But
were
I-
cramping your style like that.
Well, there were all these freshmen in there, and you know, and they knew how to play things and read music and stuff, and I didn't. And you know,
Do you read music now?
very little.
Do you care?
Huh?
Do you care?
No, I never have occasion to read music much, except when I write piano songs. I have to write them out, you know, because I don't know how to play the piano very well, and I want somebody else to play them.
So that you have to write them out so they can play
Yeah,
them.
but it takes a long time.
Yeah, it does. Really isn't that hard, though. You could do it. You could do it, John. It's easy. What kind of instrument do you play? You play steel strings and you use finger picks.
Yeah.
What kind of guitar is this?
It's a Bacon and Day.
Yeah. It's an oldie-timey guitar, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to place when it was made because nobody seems to have seen another Bacon and Day guitar. They made a lot of banjos, which everybody's seen a Bacon and Day banjo,
Yeah.
but Bacon and Day guitars.
Yeah. How do you compose, by the way?
How? I don't know how.
Yeah, I mean, you sit and, no, sure you do.
Well,
I sit
down, you know, by myself usually. There's some beer around. And I don't know how I do it then. Yeah, I try things. You know, I improvise by myself. I don't improvise, you know, in public.
Do you play with
something dirty?
Do you play with other? Do you play with other people? That sounds like something dirty too. Do you play guitar with other people? Do you play in groups ever, or get together, you know, and sort of jam?
But when I lived here, I played in the jug. I played tenor banjo in Lisa Kindred's jug band, but we got fired from the jug block, and the banjo would never get in tune.
Oh, that's a problem with banjos. That happens.
But that was the last time I played in a group.
Yeah. What about different tunings on guitars? Back to that again. There are very many. There's the one you did before, which was a D minor tuning. There's a D major tuning, which I've used and taught on a previous series. There is an open G tuning, which was the one on the
there's open G minor.
Open G minor, and the chords are all in different places. And it seems to me that if you fool around with the tuning, then it's kind of even more fun to improvise because chords aren't where you expect them to be, and you discover all kinds of new things. How did you learn? Oh, you just learned to play guitar by yourself. You just picked it up, huh?
Well, I had a lot of old records around, hillbilly records and old blues records, and you know there was some guitar picking on them, and you know I listened to those and tried to imitate them as best I could, and I noticed that you know some of them weren't in standard tuning, and I didn't know quite what to do. I forget how I figured out. First I came to open D major. I figured that out somehow. I forget how. And then I just, you know, well, there might be other ones, you know.
And then
so I found other ones. Yeah.
This last song you're going to play doesn't have a title. Is that the newest one you've written, or is that an older one?
Well, it's a combination of a bunch of songs I wrote, and I play them in concert together, but... So I can't call it one of the, so I just call it Untitled.
Untitled.
Yeah.
And what tuning is that in?
It's standard with the bottom E down to a D.
Oh, yeah. And what techniques can we look for in this one?
Well, this one's the only one where I do a really weird thing. You mean on this hand?
The right hand, yeah.
Where I pick real fast, you know, like this. You know, going. And using your second finger.
Can we get a close look at what you're doing there? Yeah.
Are we close?
We're close.
I try to teach people that.
Yeah. And what happens?
Oh, nobody could learn it, but I'm a bad teacher. It's very hard to do. I have a hard time myself. But teaching, I'm lousy at teaching, so...
That's all right.
It might be that.
Why don't you play that for us? Maybe we can think of a title for you.